Hi, this is Munson with Munson Music, and we're going to talk about how you can play a guitar classic called Stairway to Heaven. And I think one of the coolest things about this tune actually is that it uses some really cool fingerstyle arpeggios, it has some really cool strumming ideas, and it has a really kick-ass solo. But what we're going to do is kind of start off with the easiest way to kind of play each section and then go over what each section actually does in the recording. So we're going to start actually with our intro and kind of work just a really easy strum intro. And we're going to start on an A minor chord. The way you play A minor, first finger is going to go to the B string on the first fret, second finger is going to go to the D string on the second fret, and third finger on the G string on the second fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds A minor, and it sounds really, really sad. And then from A minor, we're going to be going to an E major. And this is a slightly debatable chord, but we're going to go with E major because of the harmonic pull of the tune. And the way you play E major, first finger is going to go to the G string on the first fret, second finger is going to go to the A string on the second fret, and third finger on the D string on the second fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an E major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. And then from the E major, we're going to be going back to the A minor chord. And then we're going to be going to a D major chord. And the way you play D major, first finger is going to go to the G string on the second fret, second finger is going to go to the high on the second fret, and third finger is going to go to the B string on the third fret. And if you strum just the D, G, B, and E, that sounds a D major chord and sounds really, really happy. And then from the D major, we're going to be going to an F major chord. And you could do the full bar F. And the way you play a full bar F major, first finger is going to go across the entire first fret, second finger is going to go to the G string on the second fret, third finger on the A string on the third fret, and the pinky on the D string on the third fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an F major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. But if you're just starting out, or you just want to kind of avoid the bar chords, and Jimmy Page is actually kind of using this chord too for this part, you could use a substitute for that called F major 7. The way you play F major 7, first finger is going to go to the B string on the first fret, second finger is going to go to the G string on the second fret, and third finger is going to go to the D string on the third fret. And if you strum just the D, G, B, and E, kind of the skinny 4 strings, that sounds an F major 7. It sounds really, really happy. And then from the F major 7, we're going to be going to a G major chord. And the way you play G major, first finger is going to go to the A string on the second fret, second finger is going to go low E on the third fret, and third finger is going to go to the high E on the third fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a G major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. And then from the G major, we're going to be going back to A minor. And then we're basically going to be repeating that for our intro. And the one thing I like to add to a song like this, though, to make it more interesting, is a strum pattern. And one of my favorite strum patterns, 4-4-4 like this, is down, down, up, up, down, up. So we took the A minor and just tried that a lot. You'd have down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. So one weird thing is, like, to kind of punctuate the end of each of our verse phrases, there's kind of a big G major chord followed by 2 A minor chords. So you could kind of do the A minor twice. So at the very end, we're going to do G major with a down, A minor with a down, down. But just to try that strum pattern through our verse, you have A minor, down, up, down, E major, down, down, up, down, A minor, down, down, up, down, D, down, down, up, down, F, down, down, up, down, F, down, down, up, down, G major, down, A minor, down, down. And then we'd be repeating that. A minor, down, up, down, E major, down, down, up, down, A minor, down, down, up, down, D major, down, down, up, down, F, down, down, up, down, F, down, down, up, down, G major with a down, A minor with a down, down. And then from there, like through the next part of our verse, we're going to be going to a C major chord. And the way you play C major, first finger is going to actually stay on the B strings in the first fret, second finger is going to be on the D string on the second fret, and third finger on the A string on the third fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a C major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. And then from the C major, and then if we tried our strum pattern through that next part, we're going to be just mixing up a lot of things we already talked about. So then we have C, down, up, down, D, down, down, up, down, F, down, down, up, down, A minor, down, down, up, down, C, down, down, up, down, G, really cool lick that kind of comes in around that, where you actually could kind of take your pinky and kind of add him in on the high E on the 3rd fret. And if you still kind of strum just the top 4 strings, that's something called D sus, which means D suspended. So we're kind of doing 1st finger on the G string, 2nd fret, 3rd finger on the B string, 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd. And so if you wanted to kind of get that lick in there, you could kind of work around D sus and then kind of work to D major after. And the lick, actually, you'd be doing D major with a down, and then taking the pinky and doing a pull off back to 2nd fret, and then kind of playing the high E on 2nd fret, and then doing a big down. So on that last D, if you wanted to, you could kind of do D with a down, pull off to, or D sus with a down, pull off to D, and then high E, and then kind of another D major. So we kind of tried that. You'd be coming out of the C major, down, up, down, G, down, down, D sus with a down, pull off to D, high E, D major. So you could kind of accent it that way. And then we'd basically be kind of repeating that section with a different ending. So then we'd be doing C major, down, up, down, D major, down, up, down, F major, down, up, down, A minor, down, up, down, C major, down, down, G major, down, up, down, up. And then at the very end of it, kind of our verse part, you go to the F and kind of do 3 of the Fs. So we got F, with kind of just downs. Now something else you may want to try and add to the strum pattern is bass notes. And a lot of times with that first down of the down, down, up, down, you can play a bass note for the chord, and it almost simulates playing with a bass player. So on the A minor, you'd have an A string for your bass, and then do your down, up, down, up. So you got A minor with an A bass, down, up, down, A minor with an A bass, down, up, down, A minor with an A bass, down, up, down. When you get to your E major, you have a low E string for your bass. You low E bass, down, up, down, you low E bass, down, down. And then on your D chord, you have the D string for your bass. So D with a D bass, down, down, D with a D bass, down, down. And then on the F, if you're doing the F major 7, you can do the D string for your bass. So we got F with the D bass, down, down, F with the D bass, down, down. If you're kind of digging on the full bar F there, you have the low E string for your bass, low E bass, down, down, low E bass, down, down, low E bass, down, down. And then on your C chord, you have an A string for your bass. So C with an A bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down. And then on your G major, you have the low E string for your bass, low E bass, down, down, G with low E bass, down, down. So we tried that bass down, up, down, up through our intro. We'd have A minor with an A bass, down, down, use the low E bass, down, down, A minor with an A bass, down, down, D with a D bass, down, down, F with the bass, down, down, F with the bass, down, down, G with the down, A minor with the down, down. And then we tried it through our second part of our verse. We'd have the C with an A bass, down, down, D with the D bass, down, down, F with the bass, down, down, A minor with an A bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, G with low E bass, down, down, and then a D sus with a down, pull off to D, high E, and then D major, and then C major with an A bass, down, down, D with a D bass, down, down, F with the bass, down, down, A minor with an A bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, G with low E bass, down, down, and then we kind of have the F with the F at the very end of that. So that would be one way you can kind of play through your verse part. Now what Jimmy Page actually does is some things called arpeggios, and what an arpeggio is, it means broken chord. And so he takes some voicings for the chords that we're actually playing in what's called root position, where you're using open strings, and he ends up playing those in kind of a broken style. And this can feel really good trying to do hybrid picking, or it may feel better for you just to do just the fingers on this. But the A minor chord that he's kind of using for the intro is taking the first finger and doing a bar over the top 4 strings on the 5th fret, and then taking 3rd finger and going to the D string on the 7th fret, and you're kind of playing from the D string to the high E string with that shape down. So you got 7, 5, 5, 5. So it's kind of like a little arpeggio of the A minor chord. And then the next chord is so cool. It's kind of an E major, but he holds on to the C note, so he doesn't actually resolve to the fifth there. So you do second finger on the D string on the 6th fret, keep the bar on 5th fret over the E, B, and G and D, and then take the third finger of the pinky and kind of go high E on the 7th fret. And now you're trying to play the D string and the high E string at the same time. So that can be a little weird doing so you may want to try that hybrid picking where I'm doing pick for the D string and using a finger for the high E. And then we go B string on the 5th, G string on the 5th, and then go back to the high E on the 7th. And then we end up kind of doing the bar on 5th fret across D, G, B, and E, like top 4 strings, and taking the pinky and going high E on the 8th fret. And if you kind of do the D string and the high E at the same time, and then go 5th on the B, 5th on the G, and then back to high E on the 8, then that's kind of that arpeggio for the second A minor, which is really A minor and 7 in third inversion. So we go A minor with the 7, 5, 5, 5, and then our E major is kind of doing that 6 and 7, 5, 5, 7, and then the A minor is doing the 5, 5, or 5 and 8, 5, 5, 8. And then from there, instead of a regular D major, Jimmy Page uses a D major in what's called first inversion, where the F sharp's in the bass, or D slash F sharp. And so you take the bar down to the 2nd fret over the D, G, B, and E, 2nd finger on the B string on the 3rd fret, 3rd finger on the D string on the 4th fret, and now you're playing the 4th fret on the D string with the 2nd fret on the high E at the same time, and then going 2nd on the B, and then, or 3rd on the B, 2nd on the G, and then back to the high E string. So you're kind of doing D and high E together, and then B string, G string, high E string, kind of holding that shape. And then we go to F major 7, doing and straight up, and kind of do the D string and the high E at the same time, and then B string, G string, B string, and then high E, and then B string, and then G string. And then instead of playing the whole G major, you could go 2nd fret on the A string and then kind of play that with open B and G at the same time. So now I'm using pick and kind of finger to kind of play the A, B, and G all at the same time. And then we go 1st fret on the B string, 2nd fret on the G string, and kind of do that with open A. And you kind of play that twice. And then we play open A, and then do 2nd fret on the A string as a hammer on the 8th fret on the A string. So we're going 2nd to 8th fret on the A string. And it's kind of a slide, so I'm leaving a little bit of pressure to kind of get my finger to kind of slide the sound up to 8th fret, and then going back to 7th fret on the A string. So you got open A, 2 to 8 slide, 7th fret on the A, and then you kind of start that over again where we kind of got the A minor section coming back. So you got 7, 5, 5, 5, 6 and 7, 5 and 5, 7, and then you got the 5 and 8, 5, 5, 8, and then the 2 and 4, and then 3, 2, 2, and then the 3rd fret on the D with the open E, 1st fret on the B, G, B, high E, B, G, and then kind of that G major, but it's kind of just that little abbreviation, the 2 open open to the open 2 1 twice, and then we got the open A, and then 2nd fret on the A slide to 8th fret, and then 7th fret on the A string. That's kind of your first part that kind of gets repeated. And randomly later on in the tune, actually, Jimmy Page just kind of speeds up the arpeggios on those chords. So there's kind of a doubling effect by kind of later on in the tune, but it's kind of that same arpeggio where you could go to the 7th fret on the D string with the high E, and then B, G, E, B, G, E. Kind of an arpeggio there, and then 6 and 7 with kind of the B, G, E, B, G, E, and then doing the 8 minor with the 8 and 5, and then B, G, high E, B, G, high E, and then the D major with the 2 and 4, and then 3, 2, high E, B, G, high E. So it's kind of playing more strings, kind of getting that in that way. So you may want to try and embellish the arpeggios as you go through it, you know, kind of working it through that way. So anyway, that's kind of our first section, or first half of the verse. And then from there, there's a really cool bass lead-in to get to the C chord, where you play open A, and then 2nd fret on the A, and then instead of doing the whole C chord, you could kind of work that as an arpeggio, going A string, D string, G string, high E string. And then instead of doing the whole D chord, you could kind of hold it down and do D string and high E string at the same time, and then B, G, and then high E, and then kind of do that same kind of arpeggio on the F major 7 where you got D and high E at the same time, B and G, and then high E, and then the A minor, you could do the A string with the B string, and then kind of go G string second. And then you almost start that lead in over again where you go open A, the second fret on the A is kind of a lead into the C chord, and then you do the C chord again, so we kind of have that same arpeggio. But then we go to the G major chord, so you're doing low E string with the high E third, and then B string open, G string open, and then high E string third. And the first time you do that D sus with the pull off, high E string, and then kind of the D chord all together. So I'm kind of using all my fingers to kind of get that D sus all together, and then kind of doing that way, so it sounds a little bit more like fingerstyle that way. And then the second time through, we actually kind of still do that lead into the C chord. So we got our C chord arpeggio, D chord arpeggio, F major 7 arpeggio, and then A minor arpeggio. And then we do the walk back, open to second fret on the A string, and then we go third fret arpeggio, or C chord arpeggio, and then the G chord arpeggio again. But then the second time through, you go to F major 7 and you do 3 of them. So I'm kind of using pick and then finger, finger, finger to kind of do the top 4 strings all at the same time. So that can be a little tricky, kind of working that as a hybrid thing. And like I said, on this very first part, you may want to try that just all fingerstyle. And then basically we're repeating a lot of those parts from there. And basically we're repeating those parts for kind of our intro verse until we get to the very end of our verse phrase where we have the G, A minor twice. And then we end up going to kind of a G major chord where we do kind of a G with a down. And if you want it to really sound like what Jimmy Page does for the G chord, if you kind of play second fret on the A string, third finger on the B string on the third fret, and kind of strum just the A string to the B string. So I'm kind of just strumming A, D, G, and B. So a lot of times that's called a G/B because it's a G chord, but it has a B in the bass. And it's kind of just a little strum across that G major chord that kind of takes you into the cool strumming part that comes after that. So on the next part, you actually kind of start on A minor. And if we were going to do the easy strum version, actually just kind of working the down, down, up, through that section, you'd have A minor, down, up, down, A minor, down, down, up, down, D major, down, down, up, down, D major, down, down, up, down, A minor, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, D major, down, 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 D down, 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 So it's kind of this make me wonder bridge through that part. If you try that with the bass, or the basses we were talking about, you'd have A minor with an A bass, down, up, down, A minor with an A bass, down, down, D with the D bass, down, down, D with the D bass, down, down, A minor with an A bass, down, down, A minor with an A bass, down, down, D with the D bass, down, down, D with the D bass, down, down. So that would be one way to kind of play through that section. But what's really kind of going on is this really cool lick around something called A minor 7. So if you took the A minor we're on, where we got first finger on the B string, first fret, second finger on the D on the second, third finger on the G string on the second, and took the pinky and kind of added him on the high E string on the third fret, if you strum all those together, that's called A minor 7. And what it really kind of sounds like in the recording is that you would take the A minor and go A minor 7 and do a down, up, down, and then kind of lift the pinky off for an A minor chord with a down. And then we go to a D major chord and kind of play a bass on the D string, and then take the D and do a down, up, but then we go to the D sus we were talking about and kind of do that with a down and do the pull off to the D chord with the pinky. And then if you take the D chord and kind of lift off the second finger, so now that's a dangerous finger. You got first finger on the G on the second fret, third finger on the B string on the third fret, and that if you strum those together, the top 4 strings, that's called D sus2 or D suspended second. And it almost sounds in the recording like he's doing an upstroke on the D sus2, and then going back to D major for a down. So that D lick around that part, you've got kind of the D with the bass, down, up, D sus with a down, pull off to the second finger for the D major chord, and then the up on the D sus2, and then kind of a D with a down. And I like adding in another down, up to that. So you got A minor 7 with a down, up, down, A minor with a down, D with the bass, down, up, D sus on the down, pull off the D, D sus2 on the up, D with a down, down, up, A minor 7 with a down, up, down, A minor with a down. And then the second time through, Jimmy Page is throwing in some little teeny chords, which are so cool. So he kind of throws in an E minor chord with a D in the bass, sort of, where you do first finger on the high E on the 7th fret, second finger on the B string on the 8th fret, third finger on the G string on the 9th fret, and if you strum just the top 3 strings, that makes it an E minor chord. So we're playing E's, G's, and B notes with that. But if you kind of throw in the D string on that, that would be called E minor 7, or E minor, well, it would be an E minor 7, but we could call that E minor slash D. And then from there, we're going to a little D major chord. And the way you play this little D major is first finger is going to go to the high E on the 5th fret, third finger is going to go to the G string on the 7th fret, and pinky is going to go to the B string on the 7th fret. And if you strum the top 4 strings with that, it's actually another way you can play D major. So you can actually substitute that in anytime you wanted to play a D major chord in any song ever. And then from the D major chord, we're going to be going to a C major chord, or a little C major chord, and we're going to play it 3rd fret on the high E on the 3rd, or first finger on the high E on the 3rd, third finger on the G string on the 5th fret, and the pinky on the B string on the 5th fret. And if you strum the top 4 strings with that, A, G, B, and E, then that would be a C major slash D. And then we kind of go back to the D major chord and then do 2 downs. So the second time is kind of a hit. Instead of doing just the D lick that we started out with, we kind of go to E minor with a down, and then D with a down, and then C with a down, and then that other little D with a down, down. So from the A minor part, you got A minor with down, or minor 7 with down, up, down, A minor with a down, E minor, D major, C major, D major. So all together on the Makes Me Wonder part, you got A minor 7 with the down, up, down, A minor with the down, D with the bass, down, up, D sus on the down, pull off the D, D sus2 on the up, and then D major with the down, down, up, and then we got A minor 7 with the down, up, down, A minor with the down, E minor, D major, C major, D major twice, A minor 7 down, A minor on the down, D on with the bass, down, up, D sus on the down, pull off the D, D sus2 on the up, and then D with the down, up, A minor 7 with a down, down, A minor with a down, E minor, down, D with a down, C with a down, D with a down. And then we kind of go into kind of our... Now from that point, we've got another verse that comes in, but our form for our verse is actually changing. And so on the next section, we actually start on the C major, and then go to G major, and then we go to A minor, and then we do another A minor, and then we go to C major, and then a G major, and then that gets kind of punctuated with an F major with a down, and then A minor with a down twice. So all together through that section, you got C down, up, down, G down, up, down, A minor down, up, down, A minor down, up, down, C down, up, down, G down, up, down, F down, A minor down. Or if you were trying that with the basses, you'd have C with an A bass, down, up, down, G with a low E bass, down, down, A minor with an A bass, down, up, down, A minor with an A bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, G with a low E bass, down, down, F with a down, A minor with a down, down. But what it really sounds like in the recording is that we're doing some more arpeggios where we're breaking up those chords. And we actually kind of start that section with that same walkout where we got the open A, 2nd fret of the A, and then now we have kind of a different C major arpeggio where we're going A, D, G, A on the C chord, and then kind of doing the G chord for A, D, G, A arpeggio. And then at the end of that, then we're kind of going to an A minor for an A minor arpeggio. And then from there, then we kind of end up doing the F major and then the A minor twice. So we got open to C major, A, D, G, A string, G major with a A, D, G, A string, and then A minor with a A, D, G, high, E, B. And then we got kind of that same open, second, third fret, second, open, 3, 2, O, O. And then the second time we hit that F, A minor, kind of twice. And then so that's kind of how our verse part kind of changes through that. And the notes you're actually playing on that is you got A, B, C, E, G, C, B, D, G, B, A, E, A, high E, C, and then A, B, C, E, G, C, B, D, G, and then F major, A minor. And then from there, actually, then we end up kind of alternating between that verse form and our Makes Me Wonder part until we get to our verse part where we kind of start off with that arpeggio where we had the open A, second fret on the A, C major arpeggio doing the A, D, G, A, and then the G chord doing the A, D, G, A, and then instead there's a psych out. And what we do is we go to D major and kind of do it down. And then we kind of, now this is the coolest lick around the D's too. Then from there, after that big major was down, there's this really cool transition that kind of takes us into our solo part and our outro part, where we start on D sus2 and do a down, and then add in the D major for a up, and then go to the D sus on the down. So we got D sus2 on the down, D on the up, D sus on the down, D sus2 on the down, D with it on the up, D sus on the down, and then D sus2 on the down, D on the up, D sus on the down, and then another down, and then D major on the down. So you got a sus2, D, D sus, D sus2, or D sus2, D, D sus, D, D sus2, D sus with the down, down, D with the down, and then a C chord is kind of implied, like in the next part, you kind of have the C major with a down, down, up, down, C, down, down, up, down, up, and then you can kind of go back to that D lick again. And then you kind of have that C major again. But then the second time you go to G major, you're down, down, up, down, up. And you can actually try that too, like with your basses if you wanted to for the C's that happen in the C and the G. So we tried it that way. You'd kind of have your D lick, and then C major with an A bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, and then we kind of go back into D lick, D lick, D lick, C with an A bass, down, down, G with a low E bass, down, down, up. Now what it really kind of sounds like Jimmy Page is doing though is instead of doing the whole C major chord, he's kind of offsetting it. So he's kind of using that A string on the third fret for kind of a bass, and then third fret on the B string, and then kind of strumming from the A string to the high E string, which would technically be like a C major, but we're kind of adding in the nine, so it'd be like a C major nine, or really easy. And then there's another variation of the C major. He's kind of taking the first finger and kind of adding him in on the second fret on the high E string, which would be called a C major with a sharp 11. So I've got first finger on the high E on the second fret, second finger on the A string on the third fret, third finger on the B string on the third fret. If you kind of strum just all those together, that's called C major sharp 11 or the sharp 4. And what it sounds like he's using is kind of a 16th note strum pattern. And just to try this on the regular C, just to kind of go over the strum pattern he's using, right now our down, down, up that we've been using actually is working off of something called an 8th note, where we're dividing our foot tap into two parts. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. But right at this part, and actually the other strum pattern, the other lick that we were talking about for the Makes Me Wonder part, actually is working off of something called a 16th note, where if you were tapping your foot to the beat, we'd be dividing that into 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And what it sounds like Jimmy Page is doing on this outro, or on this transition to the outro, is kind of a down, up, down, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, up 16th note strum pattern. And what I mean by that is, like, if you took the C chord and did a down on 1 and an up on 4, we'd have down, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then on the second beat, it sounds like Jimmy Page is doing a down, up, down, up, down. So we're going to do a down on 1, up on 2, down on 3. So we're going down, up, down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. And then on the third beat, it sounds like he's doing an up on 2, up on 4. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, up, 1 up, 1 up. And then on the last beat, it sounds like he's going down, up, right along with the 1, 2, 3, 4. So you got down, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we put all that together. You got down, up, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So what it sounds like he's doing is kind of doing the C major 9 for a down, up, and then go to C major with the sharp 4 for a down, up, and then kind of lift it back off with the C major 9 for the last down and down. So all together, you got C with a down, C with the sharp 4, down, up, C major 9 with a down, C major 9 down, up, C major with the sharp 4, down, 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 And you may have to cheat that last little part of the down, up to jump back into the D lick with the recording. And then what it really sounds like he's doing the second time around is kind of doing that C major 9 again with the down, up, add the sharp 4, down, up, C major 9 with the down, up, and then kind of going second finger or first finger to the A string on the second fret and keeping the third finger on the B string on the third fret, which is that little G/B that we used earlier, actually, to kind of make the transition earlier. And then and we kind of get the second finger to kind of add in that F sharp note on the high E, which is that sharp 4 part of the chord, again in that same place. So we'd have the G/B going down, up, and then adding in the second finger on the high E on the second fret, up, and then instead of the down, up, it sounds like he does second fret on the A string and kind of does a pull off, and then goes to third fret on the low E. So on that last time, you got G/B with the down, up, add the F sharp, down, up, and then we kind of do the A string with a second fret pull off the A open A, and then third fret on the low E, third. So we put all that together. Then you got C major 9 with the down, up, with the sharp 4, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. D leg. And it's a C major 9 with the down, up, add the sharp 4, down, up, C major 9 with the down, up, G/B with the down, up, add the F sharp, down, up, and then we got the lick. 203. And then we go into our outro part. And our outro actually kind of starts on A minor, and then we go to G major, and then we go to F major, and then we do another F major. And this kind of gets altered actually like right after the solo. So I'm kind of thinking of the solo outro all together. But if we try just doing the down, up through that, we'd have A minor with down, up, G, down, up, F, down. You'd have A minor with an A bass, down, up, G with the low E bass, down, up, F with the bass, down, up, F with the bass, down, A minor kind of in the outro, it almost sounds like there's a return back to the G chord before the A minor. So to try it this way, actually one way you could kind of do that is taking the F and the G and just doing down, down, up on each one. So we tried it that way. You'd have A minor with a down, down, up, down, G, down, down, up, down, F, down, down, up, down, F, down, down, G, down, down, A minor, down, down, up, down, G, down, down, up, down, F, down, down, up, down, F, down, down, G, down, down. So we tried that with our basses. Actually, on that last F and G, you could do a bass down, up on each one. So if we tried it that way, we'd have A minor with an A bass, down, up, down, G with a low E bass, down, down, F with the bass, down, down, F with the bass, down, G with the bass, down, A minor with an A bass, down, down, G with a low E bass, down, down, F with the bass, down, down, F with the bass, down, G with a low E bass, down. So that would be another way you could work it. Now what it really kind of sounds like Jimmy Page is doing is instead of using the A minor that we're playing right now, he's using a bar chord A minor, and the one that he's kind of using is a 5th fret bar. You take the first finger and kind of put them across the entire 5th fret. The third finger is going to go to the A string on the 7th fret, and the pinky is going to go to the D string on the 7th fret. And if you strum all those together, that's another way to play A minor, and it's actually kind of a little piece of what we started out originally working our arpeggios around. And then instead of using a G major like we were talking about, it almost sounds like he's doing kind of a bar G major, where you go first finger across the whole 3rd fret, second finger on the G string on the 4th fret, third finger on the A string on the 5th fret, and the pinky on the D string on the 5th fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a G major chord, and it looks like an F major bar, but because it's on 3rd fret, it's really a G major. And then from there, we could kind of go to the F major that we were talking about as a bar. So we tried the down, down, up, down, up, but with the bars, you'd have A minor with a down, down, up, down, G, down, down, up, down, F, down, down, up, down, F, down, down, up, down, A minor, down, down, up, down, G, down, down, up, down, F, down, down, up, down, F, down, down, down. Or if we tried our basses, actually, if we're doing the bar chords, then all our basses are actually on the low E string. So you'd have low E bass, down, down, G with low E bass, down, down, F with low E bass, down, down, F with low E bass, down, down, A minor with an A bass, down, down, G with low E bass, down, down, F with low E bass, down, down, F with low E bass, down, down. Now what it really sounds like Jimmy Page is doing though is working off a 16th note strum pattern, where he's kind of taking the A minor and doing a down, down. And then if you lift your fingers up a little bit to kind of kill the sound of the strings, then you do it down, up, kind of working the 16th, but as muting. So it kind of sounds like you're doing A minor with a down, down, and then a mute, 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 mute. So I'm going down, 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 up, and then you kind of do that same thing on the G chord, down, down, mute, 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 mute. And then right on the F, we get really funky cool. And on the first beat, it sounds like you're doing kind of a down, mute, up. So on the F, we kind of have down, mute, up on the first beat. So down, mute, up, down, mute, up. So I'm doing down, down, up, but it's where I'm muting. So I'm going down, down, up, down, mute, up. And then on the second beat, it sounds like you're doing a down, up, muting, and then doing a down. So on the second beat, you got mute, mute, down, mute, mute, down, mute, mute, down, mute, mute, down. And then on the third beat, it sounds like you're going mute, up, mute, mute. So down, you're really thinking down, up, but you're kind of thinking mute, up, mute, 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 up, mute, 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 up, mute, 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 up, mute, mute. And then on the last beat, it sounds like you do a down, up on the F, just straight up. And then go to the G for another down. So on that last beat, you got down, up on the F, G with a down. So all together on that last F, you got down, mute, up, mute, mute, down, mute, up, mute, mute, down, up, G with a down. So all together, you got A minor with a down, down, mute, 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 G with a down, down, mute, 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 F with a down, mute, up, mute, down, mute, up, mute, mute, down, up, G with a down, A minor down, down, mute, 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 G down, down, F with a down, mute, up, mute, mute, down, mute, up, mute, mute, down, G with a down. It kind of goes through our whole outro at the very, very end. Like from there until the very, very end. And over that part actually is the coolest solo ever. And then this is randomly like one of the first solos that I ever picked out by ear. And so I know I don't play this in the same place Jimmy Page does. That's my disclaimer. Alright, but if you want to play it, and this sounds pretty close, and actually I kind of like the fingerings to this better than some of the parts I've seen in the transcriptions I've seen of the Jimmy Page solo. You start on the 9th fret on the G string, and then B string 10, and then 8th fret on the B, and then 9th on the G, 7th fret on the G, 10th fret on the D, 7th fret on the D, and then it's back to 7th fret on the G, and then 10 on the B, or D, and then 7th fret on the D, and then 10 on the A, and then A string on the 8th twice. So you're going 9, 10, 8, 9, 7, 10, 7, 7, 10, 7, 10, 8, 8. And then we're going to go to 10th fret on the B string, kind of do a 10th fret, and then high E 8 twice, and then 10th fret on the high E bend, and then 8th fret on the high E, and then 10th fret on the B string, and then 8th to 10th is a hammer on the B string, and then 8th fret on the high E, and then 10th fret on the high E, and then 8th fret on the high E, and then 10th on the B, and then 8th on the B, and then 10th on the G, and then back to 8th on the B string for kind of a hammer on back to 10. So that next part you got kind of 10, 8, 8, 10 bend, 8, 10, 8, 10 hammer on, 8, 10, 8, 10, 8, 10, 8, 10 hammer on. And then the next part you go 9th fret on the G string, and then 10th on the B, 8th on the B, and then 9th fret on the G, 7th fret on the G, 10 on the D, and then 7th fret on the D, 7 on the G, and then 10 on the D, 7 on the D, 10 on the A, and then 7 on the A, and then 10 on the A, and then 7 on the D, and then 10th on the D string twice, and then one more time, and then 10 on the A. So you got 9, 10, 9, 9, 10, 9, 9, 7, 10, 7, 7, 10, 7, 10, 7, 10, 7, 10, 10, 10, 10. And then you kind of come back 10 on the B string, 9 on the G, 7 on the G, 10 on the D, 7 on the D, 7 on the G, 10 on the D, 7 on the D, 10 on the A string, 7 on the D, and then back to 10 on the A string, and then 8 on the A string. So that tag to that is kind of that 10, 8, 9, 7, 10, 7, 7, 10, 7, 10, 7, 10, 8. And then we go 7 on the D string, and then 10 on the D, 7 on the G, and then back to 10 on the D, and then 7 on the D, and then 10 on the D. So you got 7, 10, 7, 10, 7, 10. And then we go 7, 9 on the G string as a hammer on. And then we go 8 on the B string twice. And then 10 on the B. And then 8 on the high E. And then there's this crazy bend, like, which this can be kind of fun on acoustic. You go 15th fret on the B string as a bend. And then play 15 again. And then 13 on the B. And then 15 on the B. 13 on the B. And then you go high E on the 15 and kind of do a bend there, and then 15 again, and then we go to 13 on the high E, and then 12 on the B, or high E, and then 15 on the B, and then 13 on the B. And then we kind of come out of that 13 on the B string, and then 15 on the B string as a bend, and then a pull off back to 13. So that's kind of tricky because you're doing a bend on 15 on the B. And then when you come out of the bend, you're letting your third finger kind of just fall off the string. And then you're going 2nd fret on the G string. 14 on the G string. Yeah. Yeah, so that happens a lot where you got 13 on the B, 15 on the B string as a bend, and then pull off, and then you go to 14 on the G string. So you got 13, 15 bend, pull off, 14, 13, 15 bend, pull off, 14, 13. And then from there, then we go high on the 15 and do a bend. and then on the high E is a bend, and then 12 on the high E, and then 15 on the B, 12 on the high E, 15 on the B, and then 13 on the B, 14 on the G, 13 on the B, and then 15 on the B, 13 on the B, 14 on the G, and then 13 on the B, 15 bend on the B string, and then you take the pinky and go high E on the 15, and then go back to the 15 bend on the B string, and then do a pull off back to 13, and then you go to 14 on the G. So you got at the very end there. And then this is crazy. Then you go to 19th fret on the G string and do a bend, and then go 20 on the B string, and then high E on the 17, and then back to 20 on the B string, and then 19 bend and pull off, and then you go to 19 on the D string, and then 17 on the G string, and then go back to 19th on the G and then do a bend, and then you go to 14 on the G string. It's kind of a bend, and then 14 straight up, and then 12 on the G string, and then 14 on the G string twice. And then we go 12 on the D string is kind of a bend, pull off, and then 12 on the A, and then 10 on the D, and then 12 on the D string is kind of a slide to 14, and then we go back to 12 fret, that's kind of a slide back to 10, and then A string on the 12. So, and then from there, then we go to the coolest lick ever, where we go 17 on the B string, and then high E on the 20, and we do kind of a pull off back to 17. So I'm using my first finger as kind of a mini bar, and then you repeat that a lot. So you got 17, 20, pull off to 17, 17, 20, pull off to 17, 17. And at the very end, you take 20 and just bend the heck out of it. So anyway, that is one of the coolest solos of all time there. And that all kind of happens over that last part where we got that. Kind of continues for our outro through the tune until we get to the very, very end. It's actually kind of a cappella, but a lot of times what I like to do is kind of do the stop time on the F. And and then I'll go to G major, and then play A minor at the very, very, very end. But that is the basics of how you could strum through Stairway to Heaven and work kind of the fingerstyle stuff with the arpeggios and kind of a lot of the lead licks there too. So good luck!